Hey, what's up you guys, and welcome back to my channel. So I know that I said today I was going to post my Ulta haul video, but I decided to do something a little bit different. So when I ordered from Ulta.com, it came with like this free gift with purchase, as sometimes they do, only this time it wasn't just like a little mini brow gel or whatever. It was for so much spent on makeup. I think it was like you had to spend like $35 or something. I might be wrong, but you had to spend around that area. You got this. And it comes with an eyeliner, an eyeshadow palette, a little blush, a highlight and contour stick, eyebrow gel, and then a lip color. I've never heard of Model's Own, but upon researching it, apparently they're based in the UK. I want to say London, if I remember correctly. If I'm wrong, I'm sorry. So I thought it would be kind of fun to test it out today. So we're going to go ahead and open her up, and she's not wanting to come out. I just wanted to let you guys know that took way more effort than it should have. Alright, so we're going to open her up and see what she looks like. Oh, there's like a little booklet in it. Okay, hang on. It says it's an Ulta exclusive. Ah, I was right. It was from London. See? Right there. I got it right. There's a person entering my room. Hi, baby.
Hi, sweetheart.
That is so scripted. I've never heard anything more scripted. He does not call me sweetheart.
I love my...
He choked.
I choked on some meat.
That's what she said. Love it too. That was amazing.
Love you.
Love you. So it comes with like this little pamphlet, and it says, we are Model's Own, and we're here to say, hey bae, you're gorgeous. You should own your look. It has each of the products listed that you got in your kit. It has the name of it, and it says how much it is. So let's open her up. Okay, that's cute. The packaging is really cute. I like it. Look at this. Like, let me just grab something random. This is the eye definer, the liquid eyeliner. Look at this. I love the packaging. I think it's really cute. Okay, so first we're going to start off with the PM kit. This is the Nighttime Eye and Cheek Palette. So I'm not a fan of brushes like this. I mean, it's really soft, surprisingly soft, because I know a lot of these are really rough, but this is really, really soft. But like, what am I supposed to do with that? Now, this little guy right here, I would not use to apply my eyeshadow, but I could see me, like, if I was in a bind and didn't have my little definer brush, I could, like, maybe get close to my lash line. Okay, so next is the Luxe Stick Velvet Lipstick in shade Red Rose. It comes in this. You can see, like, my little fingerprints all over it. Actually, hang on. Oh! Y'all, it's like, oh, it's like a little magnet. That's cool. I'm easily amused. Let's get her while she's coming out. That's what she said. So this is her. She's very, very pretty. That's one. That's three. Not all in the same direction, obviously, because, like I said before, I have no sense of direction. So upon the first swatch, you can see, like, this little end piece right here where I had swatched the first time. It took me a few swatches to get to the amount of coverage that I would want on my lips. It's staining my arm. This is the Sculpt and Glow Highlighting Stick in Moonlight. So next is the Sculpt and Glow Contour Stick in Sundown. Now, I'm always pretty skeptical when it comes to trying contour sticks. Okay then. So we're not off to a good start. It literally came out. Get back in there. Okay, yeah, this is very, very thick. Yeah, this is really orange for me. I don't think I would use this as a contour. This is really orange. This is hella orange. Next is the eye definer liquid eyeliner in black. Last but not least is the Now Brow Finale brow gel. Here we go. So I've learned not to do this. I don't want like a brown streak of doo-doo on my face. So I'm gonna do my nose last. Let's go ahead and blend this in. This is really messy. Oh my god. This stuff is really creamy. However, it's taking a lot more time to blend in than I thought it would. I'm actually curious to see how it would blend in with a brush. Usually I would try to do this with like a duo fiber brush, but I don't have one, so I'm just going to get like a Sigma flat kabuki, the F80. This is probably going to go horribly wrong, but this is what I have, so we're going to see how that blends in with a brush as compared to a sponge. Okay, right off the bat, I'm noticing that the sponge seemed to almost dilute the pigment a little bit more, which makes sense because it's a sponge. It soaks up product. The brush is hands down blending this product out better. So next we're going to go in with the Sculpt and Glow highlighter. I don't want to put this right on my cheek because in my experience when you're using stick highlighters like this, if you do like that, it has a tendency to remove your makeup and we don't want that. So I'm going to take my little beauty sponge and rub it across the stick and then start dabbing. I will say if you have oily skin, I would definitely skip this product. So this is the highlighter on. It's giving me a little bit of a sheen. Can you guys see that? Go ahead and define my cheeks real quick. Sculpt out that contour. Now the only thing I didn't do to my face was add the blush, but we'll go ahead and do that last just because I've already zoomed in and I'm really lazy and I don't want to zoom back out. Okay, thank you. I'm going to go in with the M441 and I'm going to tap into the brown shade right here. This is going to act as our transition shade. Okay, so it's applying a lot better than I thought. There's a lot of fallout, which I don't mind. We're going to dip into this shade right here. This middle shade. That might have been a little blurry, but... Okay, she's way more pigmented than I thought she was going to be. Okay, this blue is a little harder to blend. Okay, I don't feel like I look like I have a black eye just yet, so that's a good sign, right? I'm going to go in with my MAC Soft Ochre Paint Pot, and I'm going to carve out my lid. I'm going to go in with this little flat definer brush by Sigma. And guys, by the way, you don't have to get a Sigma flat definer brush. I mean, Morphe makes one that's just as good. I'm going to go ahead and set this with some translucent powder really quickly. I'm going to dip into this shade. That one right there. Okay, there is some patchiness right here. Then I'm going to go in with this purple shade right here. I'm going to tap that with the firm shader brush again. Tap off the excess, which actually, wait a minute, hold up. Y'all, look. Dip again. Now watch. There's like barely any fallout. Definitely the darker shades are not... I don't want to be mean and be like not worth a damn, but they're not doing me any favors right now. I'm going back in with that blending brush and I'm just blending that a little bit, trying to make it a little smoother. And then going back in with that firm shader brush, I'm going to dip in to this purpley shade right here. I'm actually thinking I'm going to have to wet my brush, but we'll see. Okay, before I go any further, I'm going to put some translucent powder under my eye. I forgot to do that, and the fallout is insane. And I'm going to switch brushes. I'm going to take this synthetic brush right here. This is by, I actually don't know who it's by, so I'm just going to... So, I'm going to wet the brush right here. I just cleaned off my M441, my little blending brush, and I'm just going to go over everything really quickly just to make sure everything is nice and blended out. Okay, so next we're going to do the liner. Y'all, I'm so nervous about this. Okay. struggling. Alright, I'm gonna attempt to clean this up. I can do this. The main thing that sticks out about this liner, other than it's nearly impossible to manipulate, is that it feels extremely heavy. And I don't want to say extremely cheap, but it does. Like the NYX matte liquid liner that I have is fairly cheap, but it doesn't feel like a cheap liner. It goes on really well, it stays on, it's not hard to put on. You know what it reminds me of? I'm not trying to throw shade, but it reminds me of the Too Faced sketch marker because it did the exact same thing. It's easier for me to apply, but as far as how it felt once it was actually on the eye, it was just uncomfortable to wear. It felt almost like it was cranking up, if that makes any sense. It just, I don't know. Literally, I would rather use my NYX liner any day of the week. Any day of the week. I'm gonna go in with that purple, that dark purple smoky-ish color that we used right here. And I'm gonna take this little definer brush. This is by Lexi Beauty. I'm just gonna put it right here. Using that same blue shade that we put on this inner corner right here, I'm gonna put it right here. And then taking that purple, blue, whatever you want to call it, shade, I'm gonna put it right in the middle. Where'd it go? There. I swear to God, I put a brush down and it disappears. So I'm going to take that blue shade and a little bit of that purpley blue shade. Tap, 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 tap. And then I'm just going to run it with a little pencil brush. So I am going to use the NYX Jumbo Eye Pencil in Black Bean just to, you know. Because what good is a smoky eye if your lower lash line isn't smoky? I'm going to go ahead and set my brows with the Now Brow Eyebrow Gel. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and line my lips with a lip pencil. This is the Dior Lip Liner Pencil in shade Red Smile. Okay, now usually with an eye look like this, I wouldn't use a red lipstick. I would use like maybe a nude. But I promised I'd try everything else, so. Okay, so I'm actually really surprised at how that applied. I didn't expect it to go on like that, and I didn't have to go over it a whole bunch of times. I did because I'm extra, but I didn't have to. Okay, last but not least, I'm going to go ahead and pop on some blush, and I'm going to be using my Morphe Y4, and I just lightly dip that into the palette, and it's, she pigmented. Very pigmented. Look at this crap. Oh my gosh. I didn't even really dip in it. I'm gonna take some of my MAC Studio Fix and run that over. I'm gonna go ahead and pop on some mascara real quick, and then I'll be back to let you know my final thoughts. Okay guys, so this is the finished look. Final thoughts. Nothing for me in this palette was a definite hit, so let's start with what I did like. I'm going to start with what I was most surprised by. The PM Nighttime Eye and Cheek palette. I was really surprised because when I did the swatches, they were patchy, there wasn't a lot of pigmentation. When I put it on my eyes, as you can see, I mean, it's not patchy, it's the colors there. But overall, I think that the eyeshadow kit is pretty good. Do I think that it's worth $17.99? You have to understand that in this kit, you only get 6 eyeshadows and 1 blush. I mean, that is a lot of money for just 6 eyeshadows and 1 blush. For me, I don't think it's worth $17.99 just because there are other options out there. The second thing that I really liked was the lipstick. I was pleasantly surprised by this lipstick when I applied it to my lips. As you can see, it's not patchy. It's got a nice glossy sheen to it. I really like it. I don't wear lipsticks a lot. I'm more into liquid lipsticks, but I would probably reach for this. The number one most disappointing thing in this kit, the eyeliner. It was just, I mean, when I swatched it on my hand, it was really dark and it went on like a dream, and I was like, okay, this is going to be so fun to play with. It's going to be great. And it was the exact opposite. It was almost a nightmare to work with. The brush didn't give it all, so I had no leeway. It was really, really stiff. It was almost like I was trying to put eyeliner on my eye with like a number 2 pencil. I had to dip it back in several times just to get some color payoff on my eye. So it was really hard to apply, and it went on kind of patchy. And not only that, but it's really heavy. It's just not, I was really disappointed with this eyeliner because I love my liquid eyeliners and I thought that this was going to be a hit, but it was a miss for me. So I probably will never reach for this again. Last but not least, the contour stick. First of all, when I opened this, it popped out of the container. It just popped out. So that was number 1 red flag. So given the fact that I was nervous to try this and I didn't like how orange it was, it's going to sound a little ironic when I say that when I applied it and blended it out, there's basically no color payoff at all. Really not as pigmented as I thought it was going to be. So I'm actually a little bit disappointed in that. Will I reach for this stuff again? Probably not. I might will reach for the lipstick again. And maybe 1 or 2 of the shades from the eyeshadow palette. And if I'm doing makeup on a client, I might reach for like the blush, because the blush is really pigmented and it's very pretty. I could actually see it being really pretty on someone with a deeper complexion. But overall, I look like I'm going to a rave. Alright guys, so I hope that you enjoyed this video, and I will see you next time. Bye guys.